The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café.
Welcome to this episode of Pit Life BBQ. Gather round the pit with your hosts, Johnnie Mags and Messy Mike. Let's talk barbecue.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Bobby and Jack's Memphis Barbecue Sound Stage, located inside the Studio 21 Podcast Café in beautiful, cold Salem, New Hampshire.
It is freezing.
It has hit. It's the Pit Life BBQ podcast, where we talk about everything barbecue and a bunch of other topics that we normally talk around the pit. As always, I am joined by Messy Mark.
Hello. That's funny.
Had to throw that one in there.
Yep. From our little friend in Australia.
You get our listeners right, goddammit.
I will.
Messy
I'll
Mark.
study them.
I am still laughing my ass off. It's a pretty big ass.
I might change the name, Messy Mark.
Messy Mark, you never know.
It's catchy, just like Messy Mike's.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. I'm just, I love Thanksgiving, so I can't wait.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. No presents, just eat.
That's the present.
Just eat. Watch football and drink beer or drink whatever you want to drink, but it's just a day of relaxation with family. And
hey, don't forget about pie.
Need pie.
I'm not really a big pie eater.
Oh, my God.
See, this is what I'm thinking. I think this is actually going to be a two-parter.
Yeah.
This week.
Oh, desserts next week?
Desserts next week.
Desserts, sides. Maybe a couple sides today, but I think we can get more involved with desserts.
So we're talking turkey this week, folks, because we're a week out.
Yep.
Next Wednesday, it's go time. Starting next Wednesday night into Thursday, you get the bird going. So we're a week out. Let's talk turkey.
Sure.
Frozen or fresh? Preference.
Whatever you're lucky enough to get.
Real difference.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you're lucky enough to get. I'd love to get a fresh bird, but, if you have to get frozen, you have to get frozen, and then you have to let it sit, thaw out for about 5 days.
Are you getting a fresh bird? Like we said, we are on Wednesday, the Wednesday, a week before Thanksgiving. Are you getting a fresh bird now?
I'm going to try to. So I'm going to go to Market Basket, BJ's, and see if I can search one out if they're not already taken. And if they are, then I'll just have to thaw it out if they're frozen. But, I mean, to me, they Butterball regular. I mean, I just got 5 fresh turkeys last week. And to try and find fresh turkeys a week before Thanksgiving is impossible. Unless you go to a turkey farm.
Yeah, but even with the turkey farms, you have to have your order in.
Correct.
This today might be the absolute cutoff.
Yes,
if you're lucky for Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I called her the day before, and she had them ready for me. But boy, were they expensive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because what's a fresh turkey at a turkey farm cost? About $3.85 a pound, $4 a pound.
$60 to $70 for 14 to 16 pound turkeys.
14 to 16 pound.
Not even that big.
What is that? That's an appetizer. I start at 22.
But they were walking around yesterday.
Huh. Now, Mike, I've got a serious question. Have you ever, when you got a turkey, found feathers in the wings, or is this a chicken problem only?
Go ahead.
That is a serious question. No, it is. I think it's just on chicken wings. I don't even know if I look on turkey. Because you take a chicken wing and you eat, and turkey, you slice it up.
Right. People aren't that interested in the turkey wing, I guess.
No.
Oh, you slice it up. The wing you eat, the turkey you slice. You tell me I'm the only goddamn savage who grabs the leg and just gnaws?
Well, the leg is different from the wing. I mean, there's something substantial.
Well, it's right next to it.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, I do the same thing, but it's a turkey leg. I mean, you can get those at carnivals. So I'd rather get the good stuff inside.
What are you saying, Johnny? Pots is pots?
Pots is pots, but I've never seen no damn feather on a chicken wing.
I'm going to bring a chicken wing in with a feather on it.
You bring it.
I'm going to search. And I'm going to find one.
You're gonna find a little feather.
I'm working around a lot of chicken
put a little
wings right now.
Gorilla Glue on it and so it attaches.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Just to prove me wrong.
Yep, I'll cook it first, and then I'll put feathers all around it.
You live to bust my chops.
So we're talking turkeys. Obviously, smoke's going to be involved.
Smoke.
But you can fry them. You can, put them on the grill. You can put them in the oven. You can stuff them. Some people stuff them.
To stuff or not to stuff. To brine or not to brine.
Yes.
To roast or to smoke or to deep fry. The answer is yes. All the above. I got no problem doing 3 turkeys on a Thanksgiving.
Well,
I do 2 turkeys just so I can have leftovers.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I cook the second turkey so I can have leftovers.
Yeah, and there's nothing better than an open-faced turkey sandwich with the cranberry sauce, stuffing, turkey. I even throw mashed potatoes on top of it. And sometimes I'll even squish it down with another piece of bread and just eat the crap out of it.
Well, that's what
it
you're
is
supposed to do.
delicious.
Now, bread choice is a big issue. I like a baguette.
I like a baguette.
My wife is a big fan of marble rye for that sandwich.
Really?
Yeah, it
Oof.
doesn't seem right to me, but I don't know.
No.
I've always gone straight sub roll.
100%. Or like a bulky roll.
Bulky
nice.
roll or
Nice and
sub roll.
soft.
If you're just having a little snack.
Yeah.
I'm talking a big baguette,
Are you talking about
and let's fill this thing up. Sure.
Oh,
He doesn't mess around.
Yeah, even if you do that you get the baguette or a French roll, or you could just go the straight Italian bread.
You get the what
Straight loaf.
Theo Huxtable used to make on the Cosby Show when he'd make a sandwich.
That's it. You get that. You just slice it in. You just lay it on there.
Yeah.
Another important question, mayo or no mayo on this?
I like mayo on mine.
I do too. Some people are really opposed.
I'll eat mayo if I don't know it's on there.
What if we made a nice Chipotle mayo?
That changes the game. If mayo's mixed with barbecue sauce, Chipotle, it's not really mayo anymore. It's deliciousness.
It's something else.
Yes. And I totally forget it's just mayo. Because,
But you're right. It completely changes everything.
Yep. Now, do you brine?
Do I brine?
Yeah.
Yes. When I am smoking it,
Okay.
I'll do it. If I'm just roasting it, I feel I don't know, I think it's just a mind game. That I feel like I have more control over the stove because of consistency when I really actually have more control over the smoker.
Right.
Because I'm watching the temp, watching the flame, keeping everything going. I have more control over that. So it's just a mind thing. I have one going in the oven. I have one going on the counter because I stumbled upon a countertop roaster at Walmart or something a bunch of years ago, and it works great because I can do it in there and I still have the oven for all the sides and everything else I'm doing.
Now, another important question. Do you stuff the bird?
I do not.
So I heard stuffings can be dangerous.
Yeah, I never stuff the bird. A couple problems, really. To get the stuffing up to temperature, you're going to overcook the turkey. It's just going to happen. Otherwise, if you don't overcook the turkey, then the stuffing probably isn't at a safe temperature.
Yeah. I'll put fragrance in it.
I usually put citrus.
Yep.
Lemons
Lemon,
or even oranges.
Limes, oranges.
Take a lot of sage. That's a Thanksgiving flavor, and just stuff the fresh herbs in there.
Yep.
Works
That's what I do. I mean, I'd love stuffing, and I'd love it to be stuffed in the bird, but I mean, you can't take chances, and nowadays
You're putting the moisture of the wet stuffing in the bird. You're adding heat. It's
from
just
inside out. Yeah.
It's just
the other,
invitation.
The other benefit is the best part of the stuffing, if you put it in the bird, it's the crunchy part on the outside.
Yes.
Now, if you put it in a baking dish, well, you got crunch across the whole surface of that. So that's my approach to that.
Yep.
And then the edges around the baking dish.
Oh,
Those are the
nice.
best.
Yeah, you get double crunch.
Yes. Now, what do you? What's your go-to brine?
I just do a basically it's just a simple everyday brine. It consists of 2 gallons of water, 1.5 cups of kosher salt. Don't want to use a table salt. It just gets too. You're gonna get too salty.
Too salty.
3 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of ground black pepper, 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, and 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Just stir that up. Some people just stir it up as is. Some people prefer to heat it up so everything dilutes. You know, I've always just thrown it in there. Just enough. You got to add if you have to add a little more water to it, you can, just so the bird is fully submerged. And even then, you know, if I have other things like you said, an orange, some citrus, lemon, lime, orange, cut those up, throw that in there, throw the lid on.
Now here's a wild card for the brine, and I saw this in I think it was Elton Brown's brine recipe. He uses candied ginger. You chop that up and throw it in there.
Oh, that'll be good.
No, that sounds awesome. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
What do you have to lose?
That's it.
I mean, I do basically, you know, like you said, water, brown sugar. I throw some molasses in there. Sometimes I'll even throw some maple syrup. And then it's just, you know, honey, salt. Sometimes I'll do some, you know, some of my rub in there. And, you know, just simple brine. And I feel if you don't brine it and you smoke it, then it just tends to dry out, you know, more so than brining it. But I've also read yesterday on, I don't know what it was, one of the posts, if it's a Butterball turkey, those are already...
Those are pre-brined.
Yeah.
They don't use it brined. What is the term they use on the package? Oh, damn it. It's not. I listened to it today.
I mean, would you believe that? I mean, it could be pre-brined,
They're
but...
pre-treated. It's basically that they already come injected. And the problem with that is, like you said, it just seems to be the Butterball brand
correct,
that has it. And if you brine that, it can actually come out more salty than you want.
That's true, yeah.
So look at the packaging. If you're going with a frozen bird, look at the packaging to make sure it's not pre-treated, pre-brined, or pre-injected.
Well, Butterball just doesn't want you calling their 800 number, so that's why they try and do everything they possibly can before you even get it.
Now.
Really?
Yes. They came out with an app last year. But, yeah, 1-800-Butterball.
Nice.
And apparently they even have it down to a science that they'll ask you, you know, who you are. As in, you know, I'm a 40-year-old man, or I'm a 40-year-old woman, or I'm an 8-year-old little girl, or I'm a 70-year-old grandmother. Excuse me. And they will transfer you to someone that hits that demographic. So you're talking on the same wavelength of someone who is, you know, if you're a grandmother cooking a turkey and you have a question, they will put you to another grandmother.
Yeah, so if I have to call, I'm going to say I'm a grandmother. I think that's the type of person I want to talk to. So I'll profile them instead of having them profile me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, well, someone like you, however you want to identify yourself, you know.
I'm Messy Mike.
Or Mark.
Or Messy Mark.
Messy Mark. Love that. Oli, thank you. You made my week with
that is awesome.
I woke up last Thursday, and oh, my God, I'm sitting there howling. It was great.
I got a little chuckle.
Oli's great. Oli's great.
Have you ever injected?
I always inject.
Okay. Because I just think butter is key to, you know, a good turkey. I love injecting it.
That's all I do is straight butter, melt it down, inject it that way.
Yep.
There's a bunch of them. Who has a great one? I think it's Tony Satchery's.
Oh, Tony Satchery's?
Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
It's a Louisiana-based company.
Okay.
Louisiana Injection and Seasonings.
Oh, okay.
But he has a cage. They have a Cajun one.
Oh, that would be Cajuns, yeah.
I have not tried it, but from everybody I've talked to that has said it's absolutely incredible. I'd love it because I like the spice. I just can't gamble with Claudia and the kids. Well, I could, because then I can have the whole bird to myself if they don't like it.
That's true.
Well, you're making multiple birds. Experiment with your bird.
Yeah, no. Because the second one's for leftovers.
I see.
Can't give them none of that.
That's his. That's his.
What are you laughing about? Because you know it's true.
Now, what kind of wood?
I like...
That's important.
I don't like to do the bird with applewood. I like to use pecan and cherry.
Okay.
The cherry adds this nice, beautiful color to it.
Mm-hmm.
Helps.
Yeah.
And when you're smoking the bird, if you're looking for that atypical Thanksgiving bird, do not be afraid of tinfoil, because with the smoker you can get that really dark black color. And it's not charred,
right?
But it's that the color goes too far.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'll usually foil.
Tent the bird.
Yeah, I'll foil the wings, the legs, just the tips of them, so those aren't burnt, and then I'll smoke it. And like a 14 to 16 pound turkey is probably going to take anywhere from like 4.5, 5 hours. And I'll just watch it towards like probably at the 3 hour mark. I'll just check it. And if it is getting a little dark, then I'll tent it with the foil. Sometimes I'll even spray it with, whatever I have, apple cider vinegar, whatever. But yeah, most of the time I'm ending it with a tent of foil, just to keep the color where I want it, just so it doesn't darken up on me.
Now, a lot of people for Thanksgiving, they're thinking the classic golden bird.
Correct.
And they're not going to get that if they smoke.
Correct.
You're gonna get much dark.
Yeah. And I smoke with apple because that's what I use, and that also tends to darken it a little more than your cherries, your pecans. But I've also used maple wood, and
I like maple for something subtle, know.
Yeah, that just gives it a nice flavor. Mixing it with apple, it's money. Sometimes.
Nice. Yep. Yeah. So you definitely brine.
Yep.
And now if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, brining, it's basically a marination process. You're adding some flavor. You're adding some moisture to the bird.
Yes.
Because we all know that you can, especially with a turkey and chicken, poultry in general, you can dry out the white meat real quick.
Yes. So you want the bird to suck the marinade, into itself. So that's basically what the brining process is. It's sucking what you've put in for ingredients in the water, and it's just sucking it all up.
How long do you brine for?
I'd like to brine for 24 hours, but if I don't have time, I'd at least like to get in there for at least 4 to 6 hours.
And the mechanics of it is such, some people can't get a big bird into the brine and into a refrigerator. So we're lucky in New England. What I would typically do is I actually throw ice in.
Yep.
With the brine and just put it outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if it's in a cooler, for example, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you get a big enough cooler, perfect. Just fill it with water and the brine.
Right.
Cover it and just add ice. Keep adding ice to it.
So I keep the brine more concentrated than I would because I'm throwing the ice in. It's going to melt a little bit. So.
Yeah. And if you can't brine, injection will work fine. If you don't have time to brine, or again, if you don't have the room, you can use an injection, recipe, and your bird will, won't dry out.
Right.
So.
And the other thing, I've never smoked a turkey. I've smoked chickens, but for turkey in the oven, I find if you don't have time to brine, the method that works best is high temperature to start, get the thing browned, then cover it with foil, and go low at that point.
Yeah.
And actually, if you don't stuff the bird, it really doesn't take as long as you think it will to cook a turkey.
Okay. So like searing the juices.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So 500-degree oven, get it in there, get it browned. And, you can rub that with some melted butter or even oil, something, just to make sure it gets good and brown. Cover it up and pull the temperature down to 300 even or below that.
And the nice crispy skin, too.
We need that.
Yes. Because, I'll even, like Ed said, I'll start the smoker at 275 and then bring it down to 225. But I'll do it at 275. That's what I do, chickens at 260, 275, depending on what type of smoker you're using. And then I'll, turn it down between 225 and 250. but you get nice crispy skin, but you can still cut through it. Your skin's not moving with the knife.
Yeah, you don't want that rubber skin.
No.
Now, the other big debate is temping the bird. I've seen you're either happy to see me or you've got a thermopen in your pocket.
Yep, again. And just for reference, this says do not leave in oven. I left this in an oven today. I'm dead serious. The oven was at 275, and I came back. There was a error message for about 2 seconds, but now it's back to normal, working perfectly.
But you're not recommending that.
I am not recommending it.
You're just sharing your experience.
I am just, yes.
Where is the right place to temp the turkey? Because you don't want to go into the breast, because the breast is going to get higher temperature faster. So we going into the thigh?
I usually do both. I do thigh and breast.
Just to keep the consistency.
Yep.
But if you were to use a probe, let's say, like ThermoPro has the different wired probes.
I'd stick it in the breast.
Really?
That's me.
I wouldn't. Just because the breast does get cooked first.
Fast.
And especially, with the darker meat being underneath, it can take a while longer for that to cook. And that's sort of the art of it, right? You can't go too long or you've got dried out.
Correct. But if you stick it in the breast, now you're not going to burn anything. You're not going to overcook anything because that cooks quicker.
But you may undercook.
No, but that's why then now you take it out and now you stick it in the thigh.
Right.
And, okay, I know this. Okay, now what do you do? Do you have to foil? Do you have to move it on the smoker to a, maybe you're in a hot zone, so do you have to move it over a little bit? If you have a reverse flow smoker, my smoker tends to get hotter by the firebox. So if I need to, then I just basically move it over more towards the center or more towards the end of it.
Yeah, because the dock meat needs to be about, 175-ish ballpark?
Yeah, I do everything to 165.
And really, you can and you should take it out quite a bit before you serve it.
Yeah, because it'll still
covered, and it's going to cook quite a bit more.
Yep.
Nice.
But I've never had a fried turkey.
Oh, son, you got to come.
We went from my father would do it on the grill, and he'd wake up early in the morning, and we get the rotisserie going on the grill and be out there, and then from there went to I don't want to do this, so I went to the oven. So then I put it in the oven, and now I smoke turkeys for them, for relatives, because there's nothing like it.
See,
it's crazy.
Frank was smart. He just got to wake up now.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He's a smart man.
I'm doing all the legwork.
I'm not sure I'm ever going to fry a turkey. It's become a Thanksgiving ritual to watch the YouTube video of the guy setting his house on fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I usually the past, 3-4 years, we've done a fried one too. And it's just great. Do take precautions. We keep it well away from the house. I got a little fire extinguisher with us.
See, I wouldn't want to do it by myself.
Got a cigar, got a little bottle of bourbon, little Woodford Reserve sitting there, because it is Thanksgiving after all.
Right,
Yeah.
So I
but you're
break out
sitting
the
next
Woodford-
to a fryer with a huge pot of oil, and you're sitting there drinking bourbon.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah.
All right.
It's
Okay. I'm sitting next to a firebox with wood and coals going all day
That's
long.
true. That's
so
true.
really, what's the difference?
That's true.
You need to watch what you're doing. Be in control
Oh,
of your
exactly.
pit.
Exactly.
So you use peanut oil for that?
Peanut oil.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one.
And it's just, once it gets heated up, you just have that smell of, best way to put it is French fries cooking. You just have that coming off. Then you put the bird in. And
You get that smell of a converted diesel engine going
Yeah.
down the street.
Yeah. And it just comes out fantastic. Pull it a little early because you're going to have the run over time.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with it is you have that smell going the whole time. So all you want to do is dig into that. But
So that's why I got the bourbon.
that's, to keep you off, to give you the little bit of rest period.
Johnny, do you know what this sound means? Here we go. Let me get that queued up. That sound means we're running low on time.
Running low on time. Mike, you wanted to hit something today.
Yeah. So, if you want to hear this episode again or any of our old episodes, want to share them with a friend who might be interested, simply send them to unitedpodcastnetwork.tv. That's unitedpodcastnetwork.tv. You can find this podcast and the vodcast, that's video on demand, in case they want to watch it. Find this episode and all previous episodes on unitedpodcastnetwork.tv. And please subscribe and share.
Very good.
Thank you.
So next week, I think we'll continue on with part 2
I think
of
we need
this.
sides and desserts next week.
Sides and desserts.
I mean, there's some sides that some families, it's a ritual, and some families are like, I can't believe you're even putting that on top of, but I'll surprise
do a
that
whole
next week.
Stuffing versus dressing, and what's the difference, and what do you put in it?
Yeah, maybe
we can barbecue some desserts.
Oh,
nice.
Smoking desserts. We'll see. Maybe we'll see if Dave's available to join us.
Yes.
Because I know he definitely has some insights, because I know Thanksgiving's his favorite holiday by far.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you again all for joining us. That's it for this weekend.
And Bobby and Jack's is opening up November 18th, Sunday. This Sunday, November 18th.
This Sunday, November 18th, 1777 Main Street in Tewksbury, Mass., right on Route 38.
And they'll have Messy Mike's barbecue sauces at the front door, so you can grab some spicy or original and take it home for Thanksgiving.
Swing by them, show them some love. They're showing us some love, keeping this coming to you every week. So that's Bobby and Jack's Memphis Barbecue. Check them out in YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, wherever you find podcasts. Please like, subscribe, rate, and share with everybody. Let's keep this rolling. And until next week, keep the smoke rolling.
Peace. Did I really just say that?
Nice. That's a little different.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.